night was shrouded in an eerie stillness as Emily's footsteps crunched on the fallen leaves, each step echoing through the dense woods. Her breath was visible in the chilly air, a tangible reminder of the impending darkness that surrounded her. Armed with a tape recorder and a heart pounding with anticipation, she ventured deeper into the heart of the haunting woods. Branches twisted overhead like skeletal fingers, their gnarled shapes casting unsettling shadows on the path before her. Emily's flashlight cut through the darkness, illuminating the way with a feeble beam of light. The wind whispered through the trees, carrying with it a chorus of eerie whispers that danced on the edge of her hearing. The legends of the church in the woods had always intrigued her, but it was the warning glint in the eyes of the villagers that piqued her curiosity even more. They spoke of the church only in hushed tones, tales of unspeakable horrors that had occurred within its ancient walls. Emily was determined to uncover the truth and reveal the secrets that had been hidden for generations. As the woods grew denser, Emily's heart raced with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The path seemed to wind endlessly, leading her deeper into the heart of the unknown. The air grew colder, and the hairs on the back of her neck stood on end as if a watchful presence was studying her every move. Finally, emerging from the dense undergrowth, Emily saw the church looming ahead. Its tall, ancient spire pierced the heavens, casting long, sinister shadows that stretched across the clearing. The sight sent a shiver down her spine, but she pressed on, her determination unwavering. The church's time-worn facade exuded an unsettling aura, as if the very air around it was charged with malevolence. Emily pushed open the creaking wooden doors, and a musty smell assaulted her senses, mingling with the scent of decay. The once grand interior was now a decaying spectacle of shattered pews and faded religious paintings, their eyes seemingly following her every move. Unfazed by the unsettling atmosphere, Emily continued her exploration, the soft echo of her footsteps filling the cavernous space. She ventured further inside, her flashlight's beam revealing intricate carvings and symbols that adorned the walls. Each step seemed to take her deeper into a forgotten world, a place where time itself had lost its way. As she moved deeper into the church, Emily's heart quickened. A sense of unease settled over her like a heavy fog, but she pushed forward, her curiosity driving her onward. She could almost hear the whispers of the past, the echoes of prayers and rituals that had once filled these hallowed halls. Her exploration eventually led her to a hidden chamber beneath the church. The room was smaller and more confined, the air heavy with an almost suffocating weight. Emily's flashlight revealed a dusty wooden desk, upon which rested an old, leather-bound diary. With trembling hands, she picked it up and began to read. The diary's pages were yellowed with age, its ink faded but still legible. As Emily read, her heart raced and her eyes widened in shock. The diary chronicled the exorcism of a young girl named Isabella, a tale of possession and torment that chilled Emily to the bone. The words seemed to jump off the pages, painting a vivid picture of the horrors that had unfolded within these very walls. Isabella's possession had been no ordinary affair. The diary spoke of a sinister presence that had taken hold of her, twisting her innocent soul into a vessel of darkness. It detailed the efforts of a priest named Father Benedict, a man who had dedicated his life to battling the forces of evil. His voice was a beacon of hope in a sea of despair, his determination unwavering even in the face of unspeakable horrors. The diary's pages revealed the intensity of the exorcism, the battles waged between Father Benedict and the malevolent entity that had ensnared Isabella. Emily's heart raced as she read about the chilling manifestations, the unearthly screams, and the relentless determination of both priest and demon. As Emily delved deeper into the diary, she could feel a growing sense of unease, as if the very words of the diary were seeping into her mind. She imagined herself in that dimly lit chamber, the echoes of Isabella's cries ringing in her ears. The more she read, the more she felt a connection to the tormented souls who had come before her. With each turn of the page, Emily's sense of reality began to blur. She could almost hear the whispers of the past intertwining with the rustling leaves outside, a cacophony of voices that seemed to echo from beyond the grave. The room around her felt oppressive, the walls closing in as if the very essence of the church was alive and watching her every move. In the midst of her reading, Emily suddenly became aware of a subtle change in the air. A cold draft snaked its way through the chamber, sending a shiver down her spine. She looked up from the diary, her heart racing, and that's when she saw it, a shadowy figure lurking in the corner of the room. Emily's breath caught in her throat as she stared at the shadowy figure. It seemed to shift and sway, as if it were composed of darkness itself. The air grew colder, and the very atmosphere seemed to thicken with an otherworldly presence. Fear coiled around Emily's heart, but she couldn't tear her gaze away from the enigmatic entity before her. The figure slowly materialized, its form becoming more defined as Emily's flashlight flickered. Its eyes glowed with a malevolent light, and a sinister grin twisted its spectral features. Emily's voice caught in her throat, her mind struggling to comprehend the unearthly sight before her. Who are you?" Emily's voice trembled, her words barely a whisper in the suffocating silence that hung in the air. The figure remained silent, its grin widening as if it relished in Emily's fear. It took a step forward, and Emily's heart pounded against her chest like a frantic drumbeat. She stumbled backward, her hands trembling as she clutched the diary tightly. Suddenly, the figure's voice echoed through the chamber, a haunting whisper that seemed to emanate from all directions at once. "I am the Shadowed One, the darkness that lurks in the hearts of men, the embodiment of fear and suffering." Emily's mind reeled as the words wormed their way into her consciousness. The voice was cold, chilling her to her core, and yet she felt an inexplicable compulsion to listen. Her grip on the diary tightened, and a surge of determination coursed through her veins. I won't be afraid of you," Emily stammered, her voice quivering but defiant. "I'm here to uncover the truth, to reveal the secrets of this church." The Shadowed One's laughter filled the chamber, a bone-chilling sound that seemed to pierce through Emily's very soul. "You think you can simply waltz into my domain and uncover my secrets? How amusing." Emily's heart raced as she felt the weight of the entity's gaze upon her. She had entered this place seeking answers, but now she was faced with a presence that defied all logic and reason. The diary slipped from her fingers, falling to the ground with a soft thud. The entity took another step forward, its form seeming to stretch and contort as it moved. "You humans are so fragile, so easily swayed by your desires and fears. Your curiosity will be your downfall." As the Shadowed One spoke, Emily felt a surge of anger welling up within her. She had faced challenges before, and this would be no different. Clenching her fists, she mustered her resolve and met the entity's gaze head-on. Your darkness may be powerful, but it can't control me, Emily declared, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. I won't let you consume me like you did Isabella. The entity's grin wavered, a flicker of something resembling surprise crossing its features. Isabella was weak, a vessel ripe for the taking. But you, Emily, you possess a strength that I did not anticipate. Emily's heart swelled with a newfound sense of purpose. She had read about the horrors that Isabella had endured, and she was determined to ensure that no one else would suffer the same fate. The room seemed to pulse with energy as Emily and the Shadowed One locked eyes in a battle of wills. With a sudden surge of power, Emily reached for the crucifix that hung around her neck. Clutching it tightly, she held it aloft, the symbol of faith and protection casting a radiant glow that pushed back the encroaching darkness. The entity recoiled, its form wailing and distorting as if it were being burned by the light. No! This is not over. The Shadowed One's voice wailed, its form fading and dissipating into nothingness. The chamber seemed to tremble, and a blinding light filled the room, enveloping Emily in its brilliance. When the light finally receded, Emily found herself standing alone in the chamber, the sense of malevolence and darkness that had once hung in the air now gone. She let out a shaky breath, her heart still racing from the intensity of the encounter. As Emily gathered her thoughts, she realized that the voiceovers she had been recording throughout her journey had continued, capturing every moment of her confrontation with the Shadowed One. She knew that this story, this battle between light and darkness, would be a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of determination. With a renewed sense of purpose, Emily picked up the fallen diary and her tape recorder. She had uncovered a truth that was both horrifying and empowering, and she was determined to share it with the world. As she left the chamber and emerged back into the church, the weight of the past seemed to lift, leaving behind a sense of hope that had been absent for centuries. Outside, the first light of dawn was breaking through the trees, casting a warm and comforting glow over the once menacing clearing. The church, once a den of despair, now stood as a beacon of hope amidst the woods. Emily's voiceover concluded with a reflection on the power of human determination and the resilience of the human spirit. The horror of the church in the woods had been exorcised, not just for Isabella, but for all who dared to challenge the darkness. As Emily's voice trailed off, a deep sense of satisfaction and accomplishment washed over her. She knew that her journey had been one of both terror and triumph, and that the story she had uncovered would forever haunt the hearts of those who dared to listen. And so, the church in the woods stood as a testament to the enduring battle between light and darkness, a place where the past and the present collided in a haunting symphony of horror and hope. Emily's journey had been one of discovery, of confronting her own fears and doubts, and emerging victorious on the other side. The tape recorder fell silent, leaving behind a story that would be remembered for generations to come. Weeks had passed since Emily's harrowing encounter with the Shadowed One. The church in the woods had regained a sense of tranquility, as if the malevolent presence that had once plagued its halls had been banished forever. The villagers spoke in hushed tones about Emily's brave journey, and her voiceovers had garnered attention from those seeking to unravel the mysteries of the past. Emily, now back in the safety of her own home, continued to sift through her recordings and notes. The events that had transpired in the church had left an indelible mark on her, and she couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the story than she had initially uncovered. Her determination to uncover the truth burned brighter than ever. Late one evening, as rain pelted against her window, Emily found herself engrossed in the diary once again. The words seemed to leap off the pages, their meaning taking on a new significance in the wake of her encounter with the Shadowed One. She read about Isabella's struggles, her courage in the face of unimaginable torment, and the unwavering resolve of Father Benedict. As Emily read, she noticed a passage that had previously escaped her attention. It spoke of a hidden chamber within the church, a place where the final battle between Father Benedict and the Shadowed One had taken place. The diary hinted at a power that had been harnessed to banish the entity, a power that was said to be hidden within the very walls of the church itself. Excitement surged through Emily's veins as she realized that there was still more to uncover. She had faced the Shadowed One and emerged victorious, but now she had a new quest, to find the source of the power that had been used to defeat the entity and to learn its secrets. Armed with a renewed sense of purpose, Emily returned to the church in the woods. The rain had subsided, leaving a misty atmosphere that added to the eerie ambience. The church's ancient walls seemed to welcome her, as if they held the key to the ultimate truth that she sought. Emily retraced her steps to the hidden chamber, her heart racing as she entered the confined space once again. She examined the walls, searching for any signs of hidden compartments or symbols that might lead her to the source of the power. Her fingers traced over the carvings and markings, her mind racing with possibilities. Then, in a corner of the chamber, Emily's fingers brushed against the loose stone. She felt a surge of excitement as she carefully pried the stone free, revealing a small compartment behind it. Inside, she found a small, intricately carved amulet, its surface pulsating with a soft, ethereal glow. As Emily held the amulet in her hand, a surge of energy coursed through her, as if the very essence of the church was flowing into her being. She felt a connection to the power that had been used to banish the Shadowed One, a power that was both ancient and otherworldly. With the amulet in hand, Emily returned to the main chamber of the church. The air seemed to buzz with anticipation, as if the very walls were watching her every move. She held the amulet aloft, its glow intensifying as a feeling of determination and purpose filled her. "Show me the truth," Emily whispered, her voice echoing through the space. The amulet responded, emitting a brilliant light that enveloped the entire church. Emily's surroundings seemed to blur, and she felt as if she was being transported back in time, to the very moment of Isabella's possession and Father Benedict's battle with the Shadowed One. In this ethereal state, Emily witnessed the events of the past unfolding before her eyes. She saw Isabella, her innocent eyes filled with terror as the Shadowed One's malevolent presence took hold. She watched as Father Benedict, a beacon of unwavering faith, confronted the entity with a determination that defied reason. The battle between light and darkness played out before Emily, the very air crackling with the intensity of their clash. Father Benedict's words of exorcism reverberated through the chamber, his voice a defiant challenge to the Shadowed One's dominion. The entity writhed and twisted, its form distorting as it fought against the priest's relentless onslaught. As the battle raged on, Emily realized that the power of the amulet was intertwined with Father Benedict's resolve. The amulet had been a conduit, a vessel for the faith and determination that had enabled the priest to banish the entity. It was a power that transcended the physical realm, a power born from the unyielding belief in the light's ability to overcome the darkest of shadows. As the vision of the past faded, Emily found herself back in the present, the amulet's glow diminishing to a soft radiance. She held the amulet close to her heart, a newfound understanding filling her soul. She had uncovered the source of the power that had defeated the Shadowed One, and she now possessed the means to ensure that the church in the woods would remain a place of hope rather than despair. With a sense of fulfillment, Emily recorded her latest discoveries in her voiceovers. She spoke of the amulet's power, of the connection between faith and the ability to overcome even the most malevolent of forces. She reflected on the lessons she had learned, the courage she had found within herself, and the unbreakable bond between past and present. As Emily's voiceover concluded, she felt a sense of closure wash over her. The church in the woods, once a place of darkness and mystery, now held a deeper significance. It was a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable horrors, light could prevail over darkness. And so, Emily's journey came to an end, but the echoes of her discoveries would continue to resonate throughout time. The church in the woods stood as a beacon of hope, a place where the past and the present intertwined in a haunting symphony of horror and triumph. Emily had faced her fears, confronted the malevolent entity, and emerged stronger than ever, forever etching her name into the annals of history. As the final moments of her voiceover faded into silence, Emily looked out at the horizon, the sun setting over the woods. A sense of peace settled over her, and she knew that her journey had been one of transformation, of uncovering the truth, and of proving that even in the darkest of places, the light would always find a way to shine. The tale of Emily's courageous journey spread far and wide, captivating the hearts and minds of those who heard it. Her voiceovers, rich with emotion and insight, had a profound impact on listeners, leaving them both enthralled and inspired. The story of the church in the woods became a legend, a testament to the enduring power of human determination and the unwavering strength of faith. In the weeks that followed, Emily found herself receiving messages from individuals who had been moved by her story. People from all walks of life reached out to share their own experiences, their own battles against the shadows that had threatened to consume them. Emily became a source of inspiration, a beacon of hope for those who sought to overcome their own fears and challenges. Embracing her newfound role, Emily began to travel, sharing her story with audiences around the world. Her voiceovers became a powerful medium through which she conveyed her experiences, each word carrying the weight of her journey's triumphs and tribulations. Audiences hung on her every word, drawn into the haunting narrative of the church in the woods and the battle between light and darkness. During her travels, Emily also uncovered additional layers to the story. She met individuals who had their own connections to the church, each one holding a piece of the puzzle that had been shrouded in mystery for generations. Together, they pieced together a more complete picture of the events that had transpired within the church's ancient walls. One day, while visiting a remote village nestled at the edge of the woods, Emily met an elderly woman named Clara. Clara's eyes held a deep well of wisdom, and she spoke of a distant memory from her childhood, a memory of witnessing a brilliant light emanating from the church during a stormy night. As Clara shared her recollections, Emily's heart raced. The description matched the exact moment when the Shadowed One had been banished by Father Benedict's faith and the power of the amulet. Clara revealed that her family had long guarded a hidden artifact, an object believed to be a source of protection against the darkness that had once plagued the church. The artifact was a small, ornate box, passed down through generations. Clara offered the box to Emily, her voice filled with a quiet resolve. "It's time for the world to know the truth," Clara said. "Take this and share it with those who need to hear it." Inside the box, Emily discovered a delicate pendant, adorned with intricate symbols and radiating a gentle glow. The pendant, Clara explained, was said to amplify the power of faith and determination, acting as a conduit for light to dispel even the most potent shadows. Emily held the pendant in her hand, a sense of awe washing over her. Armed with the pendant and Clara's revelations, Emily's voiceovers took on a new depth. She shared the tale of Clara's memory, of the artifact that had been hidden away for generations, and of the enduring legacy of the church in the woods. The story evolved from a singular journey into a collective narrative of triumph over adversity, a testament to the unbreakable spirit of humanity. Emily's impact continued to grow, and her dedication to spreading hope and inspiration became a driving force in her life. She collaborated with scholars, historians, and spiritual leaders to uncover even more about the church's history and the significance of the artifact she now carried. Together, they explored the depths of human belief and the power of the mind to shape reality. As Emily's journey continued, she began to notice changes within herself. The pendant seemed to radiate with an energy that resonated deep within her, filling her with a sense of purpose and strength. She felt a connection to the countless individuals who had faced their own demons and triumphed, and she knew that her path was meant to be one of empowerment and enlightenment. Through her voiceovers and public appearances, Emily encouraged others to embrace their inner strength and to confront the darkness that often lurked within. She shared stories of individuals who had overcome seemingly insurmountable odds, proving that the human spirit was capable of remarkable feats when fueled by belief and determination. Years passed, and Emily's journey became a symbol of hope for generations to come. The church in the woods, once a place of fear and mystery, now stood as a sanctuary of light and inspiration. Its walls echoed with the stories of those who had faced their fears, found their own sources of strength, and emerged stronger than ever. Emily's final voiceover, recorded many years after her initial journey, captured the essence of her transformation and the legacy she had helped create. The church in the woods taught me that the battle between light and darkness is not just an external struggle, but an internal one as well. We all have the power to confront our fears, to banish the shadows that threaten to consume us, and to emerge as beacons of hope for ourselves and others. And so, Emily's tale became more than just a story. It became a guiding light for those who faced their own challenges, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a glimmer of light waiting to be kindled. The church in the woods, with its haunted past and triumphant present, remained a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit and the unbreakable bond between past, present, and future.